LS11 Universe, it's Xander, and welcome back to WWE 2K24 Universe Mode. Welcome back to TNA. On the road to TNA Hard to Kill next weekend. We are kicking things off with some singles action as Keith Lee of Limitless Danger is making his way to the ring. Chris Danger by his side, and Keith Lee and Chris Danger, of course, have a big matchup coming up next weekend against the duo of the Embassy of Erin. So Keith Lee is going to compete in some singles action tonight. As here they come. The Embassy of Erin to the ring. Keith Lee is going to go one-on-one with Big Bill tonight. Again, I don't know why the entrance keeps getting messed up. I fix it between every episode. So Big Bill and Brian Cage making their way down to the ring. Big defense for them coming up next weekend against Lee and Danger. Could it be their last, though? Of course, last week, Brian Cage dominated his way to a win over Chris Danger. Let's do this. Keith Lee and Big Bill. You know what I'm about to say. Something along the lines of, the big trucks is going to eat the little trucks. Keith Lee with a shoulder block out of the gate. Also, big shout out to Ray. He made this arena for TNA, gave us a bigger arena to work with, made it feel a little more on par with the rest of the LS11 Universe shows. If you want to download it on 2K24, the tag is just LS11 Universe, the channel name. Keith Lee, powerbomb to Big Bill. Off the ropes. Kicks him in the face now, does Lee. Getting Big Bill back up to his feet now. Keith Lee, overhand chomp. Here we go, spinning back fist. Coming off the ropes now, and Keith Lee ducks him. Big Bill with a spine buster taking him down. And now Bill into a splash. Big Bill now with Keith Lee back to his feet. Big Bill has him up and drops him down. Keith Lee goes down now. Keith Lee back to his feet. Big Bill has a hold of him here. Big Bill with Keith Lee over the top rope now. Big Bill went for him. Keith Lee with a right hook, knocking him back now. Keith Lee up to the top. Big Bill going for him. Keith Lee coming off the top. Big thrust kick taking him down. And now Keith Lee throwing that chair out of the ring. Throws a kick but gets caught by Big Bill. Now Bill knocking him back here. Big Bill grabs a hold of Keith Lee. Scoops him up. Big Bill taking Keith Lee towards the corner. Keith Lee countering. Answers back with some elbow strikes. Into a shot now. Keith Lee jabs away. Forearm strike. Keith Lee. Oh, avoids Brian Cage. Hits a big crossbody there to Big Bill. And now Big Bill pulling himself onto the bottom rope. Keith Lee going after him now. Keith Lee, no. Aaron Stevens. Aaron Stevens in the face of Keith Lee now. Grabs all of him now. And Big Bill, the body drop takes down Keith Lee. Bill has got him down now. And Keith Lee back to his feet. Bill's got him now. And Big Bill with Keith Lee. No. Keith Lee answers back with some elbow strikes. Keith Lee with the pounce sends Big Bill across the ring, and Chris Danger's loving it. Keith Lee now with Big Bill up on his shoulders, and the Limitless One walking in towards the center of the ring. Keith Lee thought he was going to look for Big Bang Catastrophe. Nobody home. Keith Lee right over from Big Bill. Bill clobbers him. Big Bill now telling Keith Lee to get back up to his feet here. Big Bill grabs Keith Lee by the throat, and Big Bill choke slam to the Limitless One into a cover on Lee. Big Bill with the 1, 2, no. Brian Cage now taking off that turnbuckle pad. Keith Lee pushes Big Bill away. Keith Lee back towards the corner now. Whoa, Big Bill almost gets knocked into that exposed turnbuckle. Keith Lee countering now, and Keith Lee grabs Big Bill. Oh, and Bill collides with the turnbuckle. But Bill's still standing. He sends Keith to the outside. Keith Lee goes out of the ring now. Brian Cage and Aaron Stevens encouraging Big Bill. Big Bill goes for him now. He grabs onto Keith Lee, and Big Bill with Keith Lee lifts him up overhead. Big Bill with Keith Lee drops him down in the center of on the ringside apron. Getting him back up to his feet now. Big Bill with Keith Lee. Keith Lee counters and sends Bill into cage, taking him down. Referee the count of 6 now, and Keith Lee wiping out Aaron Stevens and Brian Cage. Back into the ring goes Keith Lee. Big Bill coming back in after him. Keith Lee pops him up for Spirit Bomb. And Keith Lee's got the visual 3 count, but Big Bill able to get back up. And now Brian Cage in the face of Keith Lee. Brian Cage distracting Lee, trying to buy Bill some time here. Keith Lee now trying to get Brian Cage out of his face. Splashes Big Bill, but I think Lee caught the turnbuckle a little bit. And again. Up to the top rope now. Keith Lee looking for knee in the face of Big Bill. Keith Lee getting him back up to his feet now, and Keith with Big Bill kicks him in the ribs. Keith Lee pulls him in, lifts him up. You're gonna look for a second. No, went for another Spirit Bomb, but his back gave out. Big Bill goes out of the ring now, and Big Bill, Keith Lee, wiping out Bill and Cage. Both members of the tag champs going down. And now Lee with Cage into the announce table. At the count of 2 here, Keith Lee getting Big Bill back to his feet now and back into the ring. Keith Lee back in now, and Keith grabs onto Big Bill, getting him back up. Keith Lee with a chop. Big Bill answers back. Keith Lee. Slugfest going down between the two right now. Keith Lee knocking back Big Bill. Counter for counter here. Big Bill. No. Keith Lee goes for him. Bill counters now. Big Bill and Keith Lee just trading blows here. And Keith Lee. A massive double chop to Big Bill. And Keith Lee gonna look to put it away. Picks Big Bill up on his shoulders. Big bang catastrophe. 1, 2, no! Big Bill reminding everyone why he's one half of the tag champs right now. Keith Lee. Double axe handle to Bill. And now Big Bill's got Keith Lee, and Big Bill with Keith Lee off the ropes goes for him. Keith Lee counters. Lee pushes him away now. Keith Lee. Massive spine buster to Bill. Getting him back up to his feet now, and Keith Lee kicks him in the ribs. Lee pulls him in. Big Bill with a back body drop. Into a cover now. Keith Lee is down. 1, 2, no. Getting him back to his feet now again is Big Bill. Right hook connects, countered. Keith Lee. Punch to the gut. Keith Lee. Right hook connects to Big Bill. And now Big Bill pulling himself into the corner. Here comes Keith Lee. Keith Lee with a boot to Big Bill. And now Aaron Stevens is yelling at Keith Lee. Aaron Stevens yelling at Lee as Keith Lee. Big Bill starting to get back up to his feet. And Aaron Stevens may have just bought Big Bill the perfect opportunity here as he grabs Lee up on his shoulders. Keith Lee elbowing his way out of the fight now. Elbows his way out. Keith Lee with Big Bill. Pops him up into Spirit Bomb. Cover. 1, 2, 3. Keith Lee wins. Just like that, Limitless Keith Lee picking up the victory over Big Bill tonight in our opening contest. And that is only our first matchup of the night. Lee in danger celebrating that one. Are we looking at the next TNA Tag Team Champion? We'll find out. But before that, we're going to hear from Josh Alexander. So everyone wants to know how I feel about the fact that I kind of got wrapped up in all the Bullet Club drama, huh? The Jacob Fatu and Kenta drama. Quite honestly, I don't care. I really don't care what goes on in the Bullet Club with their little internal workings, right? And the reason I don't care is because what I care about is defending this X Division championship, being the best X Division champion that this company has ever seen, and one day turning that in to the TNA World Championship. So Kenta, I hope you're done with your petty little squabbles within your group, because I'll tell you what, if you're not focused on our match next week, there's not a chance in hell you're walking out of it with the X Division title. It's time for some mixed tag team action coming up next. As here comes the #1 contender to the TNA Knockouts Championship, Juggernaut Jordynne Grace, on her way down to the ring. Jordynne Grace has got a big matchup next week as she tries to become a 2-time Knockouts champion. Grace with a big matchup now. As I said, looks to become a 2-time Knockouts champion. Last year, she was the champion heading into Slammiversary. That was the last time she held the gold, and now tonight, she looks to get a victory over the Knockouts champion in some mixed tag team action as she teams up with a fellow TNA original. Of course, Jordynne Grace not like a TNA original from 20 years ago, but this man is. This man's been around for quite a while here in TNA. So here he comes, the Maniac, Eric Young. Eric Young making his way to the ring. He teams up with Jordynne Grace tonight. TNA uniting against, I wouldn't call them outsiders so much as I would just call them some disrespectful members of the roster is what I would say. Because Eric Young and Jordynne Grace tonight are teaming up against the Knockouts champion. Here comes Steph DeLander to the ring. She's part of the Major Wrestling Gods, alongside Moose, Brian Myers, and the man she teams up with tonight, who we'll be seeing in just a moment. So Steph DeLander making her way down to the ring. And of course, her partner. He is the indie god of television. Always ready. Matt Cardona. He is the New Japan World Television Champion and the Ring of Honor Television Champion. Next weekend at Hard to Kill, he defends the New Japan World Television title against New Japan's Evil, who has been sent over from New Japan to try and bring the gold back to the land of the rising sun. So Matt Cardona making his way down to the ring. So Matt Cardona joining Steph DeLander, champions uniting here. The Major Wrestling Gods against Team TNA. Let's do this. Jordynne Grace starting it out with Steph DeLander. Let's go. Here we go. Kicking the wrist from Jordynne Grace, shoving down Steph. Steph gets rolled over now. Jordynne Grace grabs her now. Jordynne Grace kicks out the leg of Steph DeLander. Grabs onto her now and throws her with a German suplex, taking her down. She's got her down now, and now Jordynne Grace grabs onto Steph DeLander, pulls her in, and Jordynne Grace counter with elbow strikes here. Knocking him back now, and now Steph DeLander grabs onto Jordynne Grace, throws her across the ring into the corner. Steph DeLander with a big spear into the corner. Here we go. Coming off the ropes, and hip attack into the corner, taking her down. Getting her back up to her feet now. Steph DeLander grabs onto Jordynne Grace. Throws her in the corner now, and Steph DeLander, big shoulder block in the corner, knocking her down here. Pulls her in now, and Steph DeLander's got her down. Jordynne Grace goes out of the ring. Jordynne Grace follows her back in now, and Grace with DeLander up on her shoulders now. And drives her into the mat. Into a cover now. Jordynne Grace has got her for the 1, for the 2. Kick out from Steph. Steph DeLander staying in it now. Jordynne Grace grabs her. Steph DeLander taking out the arm, knocking her down. Getting her in the knee now is Steph DeLander. She's got Jordynne Grace down. Jordynne Grace back to her feet. Comes in into... Oh! Wheelbarrow facebuster taking down Steph. Knockouts champ is down. Steph DeLander pops back up. And Enzuigiri knocks back Jordynne Grace. And now Steph DeLander in the corner. Matt Cardona's in, which means Eric Young has to enter the mix. Eric Young grabs onto Cardona. Sending him into the corner now. Eric Young. Right up to Matt Cardona. Goes for him again. Cardona counters now. And Matt Cardona. Right hook connecting now again. Kicked in the knee. Kicked into the ribs by Eric Young. Counter for counter here. Eric Young kicked on the knee. Matt Cardona answering back. Another kick in the ribs. Coming off the ropes now. Cardona collides with Eric Young. Young with a right hook now. Knocks him back. Eric Young punches him in the head. Punches him in the back. Matt Cardona in trouble here. Eric Young clobbering away on with double axe handles now. Cardona goes down. Eric Young into the corner. Tag is made. Back to Jordynne Grace. Jordynne Grace entering the mix now. Steph DeLander runs in with a shoulder block, knocking her down. Steph DeLander grabs onto her now. Pulls Jordynne Grace in. German suplex takes her down. And goes for a kick. Jordynne Grace catching her now. Grace with DeLander pulls her in. Shoulder block takes her down. Steph DeLander goes down. Cannonball from Jordynne. Jordynne Grace has got her now. And now Jordynne Grace grabs onto Steph. Getting her back up to her feet here. Pulls her in. Jordynne Grace with Steph DeLander. Bulldog from DeLander taking her down. And kicks her in the face, does Steph DeLander. Getting Jordynne Grace back up to her feet now. Steph DeLander kicks her in the face now. Rolls through into a cover. Has her down for the 1, for the 2. Kick out from Jordynne Grace. Steph DeLander putting the boots to her now. Here comes Jordynne Grace. Grabs onto her. Up on her shoulders now. Jordynne Grace looking for backpack. Stunner to Steph DeLander, taking her down. Rolls into a cover now. Jordynne Grace has got her down. Cover for the 1, 2. Kick out from Steph DeLander. Jordynne Grace now goes back towards the corner. Making the tag of her own volition this time. Here comes Matt Cardona. And the Indie God coming in. Oh, big clothesline there from Eric Young, knocking him down. Eric Young getting him back to his feet now. Lifts up Cardona. Atomic drop, knocking him back now. Right hook connects. Cardona counters. Matt Cardona chopping away at him now. Cardona knocks him back. Hits the ropes. Counter for counter here. Big clothesline from Matt Cardona. He's going up to the top rope now. Matt Cardona. It's a long jump to make if he's going to go for it. Matt Cardona hits the elbow drop. Into a cover now. Cardona's got Young down for the 1, 2. No, Eric Young kicks out. Matt Cardona kicks him in the ribs now. Cardona knocks him down again. Cardona now grabs Eric Young back to his feet. Matt Cardona chops him. And again, Matt Cardona chopping away on Eric Young. Double overhook chop. Coming off the ropes. And big leaping clothesline there, taking him down. Matt Cardona kicking away at him now. Eric Young, elbow strike, taking him down. Matt Cardona getting back to his feet. Eric Young with a headbutt, knocking him down again. Eric Young with Cardona staggering back to his feet. Young grabs Cardona, kicking him in the ribs. Eric Young. No, Matt Cardona answering back with elbow strikes. Knocks back Eric Young now, and Matt Cardona caught by Eric Young. Young has got him up now, and Eric Young, no, Matt Cardona taking him down. Now Eric Young in the corner, Matt Cardona coming in. Broski boot taking him down. And Matt Cardona to put Eric Young down for the 3. Matt Cardona is thinking radio silence. 1. Jordynne Grace making the save. And now Matt Cardona getting Eric Young back to his feet. Throws him into the corner of the Major Wrestling Gods. Went for him. Eric Young fighting back out of it though. And now Eric Young has got Matt Cardona. Taking him towards the corner of himself and Jordynne Grace. But Eric Young getting knocked back again. Matt Cardona knocking him back. Cardona Right hook turns him around, grabs Eric Young, rolls him through. Cardona, hang on a minute, I think he's got a handful of tights. 2, 3, he did. He got him. Matt Cardona and Steph DeLander picking up the victory over Jordynne Grace and Eric Young tonight. Big win there for the major wrestling gods. We got more coming up. The Nexus, Empress Nexus Venus make their LS11 Universe debut up next. All right, it's time for some tag team action here in the Knockouts division. As here come the trio of the Decay to the ring. Rosemary, Havoc, and Abaddon on their way down to the ring. Abaddon and Havoc going to be in action tonight. Of course, Rosemary got some big singles wins as of late. Abaddon has really been kind of the key that started to help the Decay get it all together here and rack up some wins. But they're going to be taking on tonight the duo of women from Stardom that will be challenging for the Knockouts tag team titles in just 8 nights on May the 4th at Hard to Kill. And now, if you're a fan of Stardom, if you watch Stardom regularly, I do apologize. I'm not very familiar with it. I will do my best for pronunciations here. But making their way to the ring, I'm sounding it out as best as I can. Representing the group Empress Nexus Venus. This is the duo of Mina Shirakawa and Maika. I'm going to say Maika. That sounds right. On their way to the ring. If you're a Stardom watcher and you're upset about my pronunciation, just tell me how to pronounce it instead of getting mad at me. Keep in mind, I don't know what I don't know, and I'm trying. Either way, Maika and Mina Shirakawa on their way down to the ring tonight. These women from Stardom brought in for Hard to Kill, the challenge for the Knockouts tag team titles. And it's going to be Havoc starting out with Maika. Without any further ado, here we go. As Havoc grabs onto her, throws Maika into the ropes, hits her with a clothesline instead. Faking out with that one now, is now Maika getting back to her feet. And now Havoc taking her towards the corner. Head first into the turnbuckle. Knocks her back. Tag is made. In comes Abaddon. And now Abaddon and Havoc sending Maika off the ropes for back body drop. And now Abaddon coming in, comes off the ropes, and Abaddon goes for a leg drop. Maika out of the way. Maika back to her feet now, and Maika coming in for big pounce, knocking down Abaddon. Coming off the ropes again now, and a big drop kick there, taking him down now, getting Abaddon back to their feet. And now Maika grabs onto Abaddon, going towards the corner. And tag is made to Mina Shirakawa. Mina into the mix now, and Shirakawa knocking down Abaddon. Coming off the ropes, and double axe handle, taking him down. And now Shirakawa getting Abaddon back up to their feet. Throwing some kicks into a chop now. Roundhouse kick, knocking back Abaddon. Now Abaddon grabs onto Mina Shirakawa for Uranagi, taking down Shirakawa. There's a shot to Maika. Kick to the knee from Shirakawa. Grabs onto Abaddon now, rolling through into a cover. Here we go. For the 1. No! Kick out from Abaddon. Abaddon back to their feet now. Grabs onto Shirakawa, sending her off the ropes. And Abaddon, whoa! Sinking their teeth into Shirakawa's neck. Shirakawa's down. Abaddon slamming her down again. Abaddon now getting back to their feet. Shirakawa's down. Into a cover now from Abaddon. And Abaddon, no! Shirakawa kicks out. Back to her feet now. Now Shirakawa caught by Abaddon. Abaddon punch into the head. And punch to the back now. Down goes Shirakawa. Now Mina Shirakawa slammed down by the back of the head. Abaddon's got her down, coming off the ropes now, and Abaddon with a leg drop. Shirakawa coming in for Hurricane Rana, taking him down. Getting Abaddon back to their feet now, and now Shirakawa with Abaddon into the corner. Tag is made, in comes Maika, and now Maika and Shirakawa looking for a double team here. Empress Nexus Venus with a double suplex, taking down Abaddon. Oh, tried to wipe out Havoc before she could get back in. Here comes Meika. Leg drop to the back of Abaddon. Caught by Havoc, though, and Havoc. Back body drop to Meika. And now Meika getting back to her feet. Abaddon rolls out of the ring. Havoc with Meika. Head first in the turnbuckle now. Grabs onto her. Right hook from Havoc. Knocking her down now. Havoc countered. Meika coming in hot. Big clothesline there to Havoc. And Jessica Havoc is down. Meika. Leg drop. Taking her down. Havoc in trouble now. Meika kicking away now. Meika. Havoc coming in. Grabs a hold of her. Grabs her by the back of the head now. And Havoc. Head first in the turnbuckle. Grabs onto Meika now. And Havoc launches her across the ring. Tag is made. In comes Abaddon. Abaddon now coming in. And Meika with a hip toss. Abaddon down now. Meika looking for the win here. Pulls in Abaddon for Falcon Arrow. Do a cover, but Havoc coming in. Havoc with the save. And now Shirakawa shoved away by Havoc. Havoc now with Shirakawa. Oh, what a shoulder block from Meika. Into a big clothesline, takes down Abaddon. Meika going up to the top rope now, and Meika, a long distance jump to go. Misses it by a mile. Abaddon down now, Meika will stomp to the head, kicking away at Abaddon. Away repeatedly now, Abaddon down. Here comes Abaddon though. Do a Thez press now. Oh, and sinking the teeth back in the neck of Meika. Meika is down now. Abaddon grabs onto her now, but Meika pushing away the living dead girl. Abaddon goes down now. Meika getting Abaddon back to their feet. Meika grabs Abaddon now into the corner of Nexus Venus. Tag is made to Shirakawa. Right hook connects now, and Shirakawa rolls through into knee bar on Abaddon. A knee bar in, and Empress Nexus Venus with the win. Just like that, the number one contenders to the Knockouts Tag Team titles show just why they are that, the number one contenders. Empress Nexus Venus with the win. Their L11 debuts. Again, to Stardom fans, I do apologize if I'm mispronouncing the names. Just, how about this? If I'm mispronouncing it, just tell me how to pronounce it and don't be a dick about it. Sound good? Cool, thanks. Alright, main event coming up in just a moment. Big Damo, Joe Hendry, one-on-one. What the hell? Well, that's Mike Bailey. Someone's like speedball out backstage. Who the hell is that? Alright, here we go. It is our main event of the evening as it is time. Here comes the Beast of Belfast, Big Damo, down to the ring. Big Damo with a huge matchup on his hands here tonight. Big Damo storming down to the ring. Damo taking on a man he's got a little bit of history with here on L11 Universe. Not sure if we'll ever show something like that in the Retro series, but you never know. But I think tonight it's going to be a little different because it's time to say his name.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
That song comes out on streaming on Monday. Monetization on every video I've ever had him in is fucked, didn't it? Here he is, the TNA World Champ. The prestigious Joe Hendry on his way down to the ring. What a season it has been for Joe Hendry. One of the most winning stars of season 3 or 5. Jeez, we're on season 5. I had to think about that for a minute. One of the most winning stars in season 5. One of the men with the most matches in season 5. He's got a record as of this season for the most matches in 1 week. He wrestled 5 matches in 1 week. earlier this year when he competed in a 6-man tag team main event, the main event of Heroes Welcome, or 4 matches in 1 week, excuse me, when he wrestled those 2 matches, and then the semifinals and the finals of the World Cup, all in the span of a few days. He has had 28 matches as of this episode of LS11 Universe this season, and he has won most of them. It's Joe Hendry, it's Big Damo, it's our main event. Here we go. As they lock up, Damo's got him. Damo launches Hendry across the ring, pulls him back in, and Damo with a neck breaker. Of course, next week, Joe Hendry in the main event of Hard to Kill has to defend against both the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. There's going to be a 3-way contract signing for that matchup next week. As Damo takes down Hendry into a cover now. Joe Hendry's down, kick out from the TNA champ. Joe Hendry back to his feet now. Damo's caught him now. Damo. No, Hendry answering back. Joe Hendry knocking him back here. And Damo now. There we go. Hendry coming off the ropes. Clothesline. Damo staggers now. Hendry hits the ropes again. Goes for him. Countered. Big clothesline there from Joe, taking him off his feet. And now Hendry caught with a big drop kick there from Big Damo. Damo's got him down now, and Big Damo with Joe Hendry back to his feet. Damo with Hendry up. Damo knocking him down. Now Damo with Joe Hendry. Pulls him in. Neckbreaker taking him down. And now Joe Hendry back to his feet. Joe Hendry catches Damo with a right hook now, and Damo is down. Joe Hendry sent off the top rope by Big Damo. Damo's got him now, and Damo hits the ropes for himself, goes for him. Hendry out of the way. Hendry out of the way. Damo might have bruised his tailbone on that one. Joe Hendry hits the ropes. Big elbow strike from Big Damo. Damo's got a hold of him now, slamming the back of the head into the mat. Hendry kicking him in the face now, and Joe Hendry shoulder block to Damo, or big clothesline there to Damo. Damo coming in now. Hendry ducks him. Hendry grabs him. Standing ovation to the big man. Cover for the 1, 2, 3. And just like that, the TNA champ picks up the win. Joe Hendry with a massive, massive victory there over Big Damo tonight. Hendry knocks him off. Joe Hendry the win in our main event. Thank you all for watching tonight. I'll see you all next week for more. Tune in tomorrow for SmackDown, or if you're a member, for early access right now. Until next time, everybody, I've been Xander, and that was Universe.